Hello, my name is Rachel, and today I'm going to tell you about my new book rating system. So essentially, I've just been totally over the 5-star rating system for a while now. So this has been a long time coming. And I spent some time trying to see how other people rate books and really evaluate how I rate books. I actually did a little experiment this year where I did kind of stop rating things publicly as much, but I kept on rating them 1 through 5-star on my personal spreadsheet where I keep track of all my book data. And then I also had a sheet where I literally would rank them. So my favorite book of the year is at the top, and then I would go through and place each book as I read them where I thought they fit in the line. So that they're literally in descending order from my most enjoyable book to my least enjoyable book for the year. That has been really fun actually, and I think I'm going to keep doing that. But what I found is that list did not match up when I put my rankings in order. Very basically they did. The books that I really, really liked were all at the top, and the books I didn't really enjoy were at the bottom. But everything in the middle was very much different, and it felt really arbitrary. What did the point values even mean? What do the stars even mean? It just felt arbitrary. And it also felt like I was judging the book more than my enjoyment of the book because of those preconceived notions of what those star ratings mean. Because I know personally, if I see a lot of people giving a 2-star on a book, I'm less likely to pick it up than if there's a lot of 4 stars. So, I'm even guilty of that too. And because of this, I think I just really wanted to get away from the star ratings and do something fresh to where there was no implicit negative or positive connotations, and it felt a lot more of my opinion of the book, my experience with the book, as opposed to my judging the book. So all that to say, I have a new rating system and I want to share that with you today. So they're emoji based. I broke it into 3 categories because that's essentially where I feel like my reading is. So the first category is going to be the star eyes emoji, and this means it's a new favorite book and I want you to read it as soon as you can so that we can talk about it, because I love this book. So this is top tier favorites. I'm going to be rereading it, and I'm going to be talking about it for a long time, and I'm going to recommend it whenever I can. So these are my favorites, and I just really, really enjoy them. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be, at the very most, probably 25% of my books throughout the year. So these are just going to be my very, very favorite books that I will probably have a physical copy on my shelf, and again, you'll be hearing a lot about because I'll be recommending them. So books in this category would be Pride and Prejudice, which is my favorite book. That's always going to get star eyes from me. And let's see, something else off the top of my head. An Ember in the Ashes. I really like that book. I recommend it all the time. That's going to be star eyes from me. So the next up is going to be the category that is most prevalent. You are going to see this rating on the majority of books I read. I anticipate it being probably 50 to 75% of the books that I read in a year are going to get this ranking, and it is going to be represented by the book stack emoji. And this means I think you should add it to your TBR. I enjoyed it. I think you would too. And when I get the opportunity, I'm going to recommend the book. I think you're really going to like it, especially if it's something you're already interested in, and I think you should go for it. So again, this is going to be the most prevalent rating, meaning I enjoyed it. I had no problems with it. I think you should read it. And again, book stack for add it to your TBR. This is going to be, like I said, typically just about every book I read, but I feel like most mysteries are going to fit into this category. For instance, One by One by Ruth Ware. I read that this year. I know a lot of people had some, feelings about it, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. So this would definitely fit into that category for me, of a book I think you should add to your TBR, especially if you're interested in it. And I think most mysteries are going to fit in here. I feel like a lot of books in series are going to fit in here. And again, most of the books I read are going to fit in this category. The last category are books that just aren't for me, where I don't feel like I'm necessarily the target audience. Therefore, it didn't work with me, but I think if you want to read it, you should. Therefore, the emoji is represented by the shrug because I'm leaving it up to you to judge the book. Shrug meaning, I don't know if you're the target audience either, but if you think you are, then I think you should read the book. This one is always the hardest one because I always feel bad saying that I didn't enjoy a book because I'm afraid it's going to put other people off. And I really like this opportunity to make a category where I'm fully expressing that I can acknowledge that while maybe I didn't enjoy the book, that doesn't mean it's a bad book. It just means that I wasn't the target audience. And this happens often. For instance, I am really, really judgy when it comes to Pride and Prejudice retellings, so most Pride and Prejudice retellings are going to probably fit in this category because I won't like them because I'm really, really judgy when it comes to Pride and Prejudice retellings. However, a lot of people I know love them, so it's a shrug. I don't know if it's for you. Maybe it is for you. So I like this. I think I can't 100% get away from any negative connotation, but I'm hoping the shrug will imply that I'm kind of in between. I'm not the target audience, but it doesn't mean it's a bad book. It just means that it's not for me. It could be for you though. So I'm hoping that that'll make me a little bit more comfortable sharing my opinions about books. And yeah, I'm really excited to try to do this. Again, the one you're going to see the most often is the book stack, meaning I think you should add it to your TBR because it was good. And then the star eyes and the shrug are going to be kind of on the outskirts. And yeah, I'm really excited to try it this year. I think it's going to be so much easier to use this type of rating system because I think it's going to be really obvious which category it should fit in. It's going to be really obvious to me based on my enjoyment level. And again, I think this allows me to share more of my enjoyment level as opposed to feeling like I'm grading the book, which I don't want to do. So I'm excited, and yeah, let me know what you think down below. I'm really pumped to try to do this. If you have a new rating system that you'll be using or a rating system that you have been using that you really like, I'd love to hear about it down below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in another video soon. Bye for now.